Hello, my name is Gabriel McKee, and today I'll be showing you the farm-to-table turkey processing and also how to cook a very healthy and delicious turkey burger. So first, we're going to start by making our charcoal into a pyramid to help the turkey burgers cook very evenly. I've already started this for time reasons, but now we will saturate our charcoal. Normally, you always want to do this for about 1 to 2 minutes, but I have already pre-saturated this, so we are going to go ahead and light. It may take a second, but always make sure to get an even light so your charcoals will burn. So you can have that delicious turkey burger at the end. Okay. Now that's lit, we will take our cooking grit and we will add it to the grill. Be very careful during this step because you can get very severely burned by that fire. Okay, now let me tell you a little bit about my recipe. I'm cooking a Italian breadcrumb turkey burger. It has 1 tablespoon of paprika, 1 tablespoon of garlic pepper, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 cup of Italian breadcrumbs. So now, let's mix our meat. And also, before I start this, I want to tell you about a very, very important step. I have gloves for this process to help me with sanitation purposes. And before I start, I would like to take off my charcoal and my lighter because this can cause contamination of the food. This step is very important to make sure that you have a very safe and fun cooking time. Okay, so now I want to start about the farm. The farms are a very safe and humane environment. They are open air, but during the winters they will put up panels to help cooling and heating regulation during the summers and winters. There's good equipment management and time management there to make sure our turkeys have the best time while they're being raised to help us eat. So now I would like to start by cracking my egg. So you're going to take your egg, you're going to crack your egg on the side of the bowl very lightly. You're going to put your two thumbs in the middle of the crack it open. I always like to have a trash bowl so that I cannot contaminate any of the other food. I always have to have that off this side. Now we're going to whisk our egg. Make sure you have that yolk very, very goodly smashed. It should be a golden yellow. Now we want to go over there and check on our grill. Make sure we're getting a good flame. We are, so that's good. So right now you're doing very good in the cooking process. So now I want to say a little bit about the transporting process. The farmers, they'll build a herding pen, which will help to herd their turkeys onto the truck. This makes it to where that they don't have too many turkeys in one pen to help overcrowding, and hopefully these turkeys do not get no bruises and broken wings on the way. They have a conveyor with hydraulics that can go to each cage, and it will wheel the turkeys up so that the workers do not get tired or wore out from this process. Although the machines do take very good managers. So right now we're going to start adding our ingredients. So now my garlic pepper and paprika, then my breadcrumbs. Make sure to mix very thoroughly. Make sure you run your fingers through it. Make sure everything is out the bottom. And also now I want to talk about the way to the plant. On the way to the plant, these turkeys are held in the most humane way, are put in the cages in the most humane way possible to prevent stress, bruising, and if the worst comes to worst, broken wings. So now when they get to the plant, the trucks will be weighed, and they will also be weighed after the turkeys are taken off to make sure that all equipment is running very soundly, to make sure these turkeys have the best time on and off the farm. So now we're going to move to the stunning and killing of the turkeys. So now you're stunning. There's 2 ways: controlled atmosphere and electric water bath. Your controlled atmosphere is when they slowly introduce CO2 into the turkey's environment, which will knock them out and will cause them no pain during the killing process. Your second process is going to be the electric water bath, which is a little quicker way because it dips the turkeys underwater, and the water conducts electricity, which causes the water to become electrified. Turkeys' heads are dipped in the water, and and this will cause the brain to go to sleep, which will cause the turkey to be unconscious during the killing process. So now, let's move to the killing process. So during this process, turkeys will be run on a conveyor belt while they'll be hanged by their feet. They will be unconscious though, to make sure that this will be done in the most humane way possible. Their throats are slit very quickly with a small blade, when they are run across their necks, which this helps to keep the humane factor down so we can keep enjoying our delicious ground turkey. So now we'd like to move to the evisceration process. Please don't be too grossed out by this while I'm making this. I would like for you to always enjoy your turkey burgers. But let's start. Step 1, your evisceration process, they will be going through. So first they must be bled out. They'll be run over a bleeding trough to make sure that there is no bacteria from the blood that gets into your meat. Your second part, it is going to be the removing of the feet at the knuckle. This process is done by humans and machines, depending on what factor and depending on what plant you go to. The third step is going to be the actual evisceration process, where either a machine or a man will pull the guts out of the turkey. So during this, the guts will be pulled out and they will be removed, and they will also be cleaned out because you do not want no fecal matter or bacteria that can cause salmonella inside of your meat. So now we're going to move on to the end process. This is where the USDA comes in. They're going to go in and they're going to inspect the turkey's guts to make sure they do not find any diseases or bacteria inside of them that is not needed. If they do find bacteria, this will cause them to pull the turkey off the line, or even worse, it will cause a whole flock of them to be pulled off the line. So now, let me go to my patties. You're going to take you a good clump of meat, depending on what you would like your portions. You can go big, small, medium. I love my patties a little bit bigger, so I'm gonna get me a good chunk of meat. I'm gonna roll it up, and I'm gonna take it in a ball, as you can tell, and I'm gonna smush it down to a very even patty. I know this is not McDonald's patties, but I'm gonna like it, and you're gonna like it. That's for sure. So now let's move them to the grill. You're gonna take your patties one by one to the grill. Your first patty needs to start in the middle, and you're gonna put them into like a cube-like fashion. I would like to do 3 stacks on 3 because 9 is going to be easier for me to put on my cooking trays, and it helps them to cook more evenly. So now I want to move to the most important part, the table. This is the part I love because this is whenever I get to enjoy the fruits of my labor and bless the food, and hopefully this turkey doesn't go to waste. So now let's start. Just to where I want to start is, do not cross-contaminate. This is the worst thing I've seen in kitchens all around the world. Is what's going on right now in kitchens is they're mixing their fruits, vegetables, and meats in the same sinks, and what's happening is the bacteria from the meats are getting on their vegetables, which is causing them to get foodborne diseases and also spreading pathogens throughout the people that eat this. So now we're going to move on to the cooking process. As you can tell, I already have my patties laid onto the grill. They may be raw, but whenever they get done, they're going to be so delicious. So let me first explain what's most important. These turkey burgers must reach 165 degrees Fahrenheit internal. This causes turkey to be cooked fully through, and it causes all the bacteria to be cooked off because high heat can kill bacteria, which helps you during the cooking process so you can wash but not have to wash so thoroughly. So last of all I can say is enjoy that delicious turkey burger and have a good night.